Hello, my name is Elisa Brocha, and I am the executive editor of Horseshoe Magazine. Horseshoe Magazine is the long-form journalism source of the University of New Haven. It's basically just a creative space for students to not only post their creative writing, but also their creative work, their photography, their poetry, their personal essays, etc., etc. If you want to join Horseshoe Magazine, you can email me at horseshoemag@newhaven.edu. Or at ebroc1@unh.newhaven.edu.
Welcome to episode 9 of Chatting with Chargers. I'm your host, Thomas Maynard, here with my guest host,
Adam Relkin. Joseph.
Joseph what?
Durazzo.
And my co-host,
Mariyaan, Narang.
Ryan Egan.
And what are we talking about today, Mario and the Ring?
We're talking about the Charger magazine.
No, we're not. Horseshoe Magazine.
My apologies.
Marion, get it right.
The Horseshoe Magazine, where you can upload your own short stories, poetry, and other media in a blog style.
Hi there. What's your name, year, and major?
I'm Izzy. I'm a sophomore right now. My major is paramedicine.
Paramedicine. What does that mean to have paramedicine?
Paramedicine is the track over in One Care Lane going from EMT to paramedic.
Okay. So. Okay. Have you heard of the Horseshoe Magazine before?
No. No.
If you. What types of writing, like short stories, poetry, or personal essays, would you be most excited to see featured in the magazine if you were to see the magazine?
Horror. I love my horror fiction.
Horror.
Can't get enough of it.
What kind of horror fiction do you enjoy?
I have been into the Magnus Archives and the Magnus Protocol for 3 or 4 years now.
What's that like? Does that have like monsters? It sounds like it got some kind of monsters or something. Magnus Protocol.
It's a complicated one. It starts out sounding like your average Monster of the Week podcast, but as it goes on, you realize there's a deeper story and a larger world around everything.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. If you could contribute a piece to the magazine, what would you want to write and why?
Contribute to the magazine?
Yeah.
I had this really cool writing thing I did a while ago that I called The Curiosity of Language, where I created my own little cipher language and used that to write about how language is perceived and used by people. And I feel like intricate pieces like that really make you think and use your head would probably be good. I'd probably do something like that.
Wow. Wait, so you're saying you like kind of made your own language? Is that a cipher language you mean, or?
Oh yeah, I made it with a few friends back in 7th grade, and I haven't memorized. I could write it by memory, whole paragraphs, whole sentences.
That's awesome. I tried learning Pigline. It's kind of difficult. How do you think creative outlets like the magazine help bring the campus community together?
It's great. It's a good way to get to see people's art and stuff like that, and get motivated to do the same thing, and sort of create a community around art and around the general idea of art, not just making a painting or a drawing or something, but using your creativity and your passion to make something you actually love and enjoy that you can give to other people to love and enjoy.
That's awesome. What inspires you? What inspires your writing, or sparks your creativity?
Usually, it's how I'm feeling and what I've been paying attention to. When I do my yearly binge of the Magnus Archives, a lot of my art centers around the themes of the Magnus Archives. Yeah. And then when I'm not into something like that, my art usually just kind of follows a more creative path of what I'm doing. I made paper flowers for my boyfriend because I wanted to do something, and I just really felt like I wanted to give him a gift.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, thank you very much. Do you have anything else to add before we go?
Not really.
All right.
See ya.
Thank you.
What is your name, year, and major?
My name's Nelson Clerma. I'm a business management major.
Nice. And have you heard of the Horseshoe Magazine before?
No, I haven't. I haven't heard of it.
Okay, and what types of writings, like short stories, poetry, or personal essays, would you be most interested in seeing on the magazine?
Um, you said what type of writings?
Yeah.
What type of writings do you guys like?
Just like what genre, like poetry or like it could,
Poetry. I'm more of a poetry type of guy.
okay, nice. And if you could contribute a piece to the magazine, what would you want to write and why?
Um, I'm not too sure what I could contribute, but depending on what you guys like mainly write about, I'd say just keep going. I haven't heard too much about it, so I wouldn't understand exactly what you guys are going for, but I just say keep going. I'm not too sure.
Well, the Horseshoe Magazine is kind of like a blog format, so you could write whatever you want, whatever's up your alley, and just share it for people to read.
Okay.
Yeah. So, whatever you're interested in, you could write about it, but, you know.
I really can't tell you, bro.
No, it's okay. And how do you think creative outlets like the magazine help bring the campus community together?
Knowing about what's going on around the community. I mean, it's always good to know what's going on where you're around, your surroundings.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it. That's all I got.
And what inspires your writing or sparks your creativity?
What inspires my writing?
It doesn't even have to be writing. Like, what inspires your creativity? It could be day-to-day life. It could be just like things you experience or anything.
Honestly, goals I set for myself, like what I want to accomplish. I mean, just gotta work towards it. That's me. That's all I got.
So just your drive is enough to charge your creative energy and like everything else. Like your ambition is enough to fuel you.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on Shine with Chargers. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
No problem, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice meeting you.
Heather, what's your name, year, and major?
My name is Nate. I am a freshman right now, and my major is mechanical engineering.
All right. Have you heard of the Horseshoe Magazine before?
I have not, honestly.
All right. If you had seen the Horseshoe Magazine, what types of writing, short stories, poetry, or personal essays would you most be excited for when reading the magazine?
I feel like I'd mainly be excited to see some of the athletics department stuff. Obviously football is very big here. We're D1 now. I'd also like to see a little bit of the band because I know we don't get much representation in a lot of media, so it'd be cool to see us a little bit.
All right. If you could contribute to a piece in the magazine, what would you write about and why?
I think I would definitely write about the different bands and music programs around campus. We have the marching band, we have pep band, jazz band, concert band. We have so many music programs on campus, and I feel like none of them really get enough representation overall. So that's probably what I would go with.
All right, more representation, definitely very good. How do you think creative outlets like the magazine help bring the campus community together?
Well, they allow everyone to kind of see the same things, to kind of connect over the same stories in one piece of media rather than everyone seeing one story on Snapchat, one story on TikTok, something like that. We have everything in one outlet so that we can actually connect over that one outlet.
All right. Let's see. And what inspires you, your writing, or sparks your creativity?
I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'd say music definitely sparks my creativity. I am a songwriter. I don't have anything out yet, but songwriting has definitely been a big thing for me in terms of creativity. I feel like I'm myself when I get to a notebook and a pen and I start writing stuff down. It's a lot of fun, and it just brings out who I am as a person.
What genres are you looking forward to writing?
So mainly I'm looking at indie music, a little bit of pop here and there, but mainly like indie, kind of emotional music, sad songs, stuff like that.
All right. Well, definitely keep an eye out for your music then, huh?
Absolutely.
In the future. All right. Before we end it, do you have anything else you'd like to share?
Song coming out soon. Make sure you check it out. My name is Nate with an 8 instead of an A. That's the number 8.
Number 8. All right. Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. What is your name, year, and major?
My name is Cassandra, and I'm majoring in criminal justice.
Nice. Have you heard of Horseshoe Magazine before?
I have heard of it, yes.
Nice. Can you give us a little bit about it, since you've heard about it a bit?
I haven't heard much. I just have heard the title. I'm a transfer student, so I don't know a lot.
Okay, nice. How are you enjoying campus so far?
I'm enjoying it a lot. I come from like a smaller campus, so having a bigger campus and more things to explore is really fun.
Nice. Well, I hope you enjoy it here.
Thank you.
And what type of writings, like short stories, poetry, or personal essays, would you be most excited to see featured in the magazine?
More like, I don't know if you heard of the Club Crew, but more like faith-based stuff. Getting to know people of like different types of clubs, and like seeing their perspectives on faith and how it like the intersectionality of it on campus.
Can you go a little more in depth? I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, so for example, like Crew is like the Crusaders for Christ on campus, and so I think like we here we have MSA, so the Muslim Student Association. So like hearing more things from people of like different faith-based backgrounds and seeing how that correlates with living on campus. Like how do students on campus deal with their faith on campus, and how is it tested and trialed?
Okay, so you like to see people of different religions talking their experiences and how they feel, and just try to connect people from different backgrounds, like that?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Thank you.
And if you could contribute a piece to the magazine, what would you want to write and why?
I write poetry of my own, and it's very faith-based. So, again, I think like having those pieces of like what is it like to be a college student and how to have like your beliefs tested. Like as a criminal justice student, you see like how different people test your beliefs and your morals. So seeing that from like a student perspective would be pretty cool.
So you like to write poetry about your experiences with your religion, as well as being a college student, and like that?
Yes.
That's good, because I feel like people could definitely relate to that. I'm sure people have the same experiences.
Yes.
Okay, and how do you think creative outlets like the magazine help bring the campus community together?
I think hearing your like fellow students and like their perspectives is very helpful, so you know that you're not alone, and seeing things from other students' point of views. Like there's things that I see that you wouldn't see the same, or things you see and I wouldn't see the same. So hearing from your fellow students, and like hearing that you're not alone when you see things or hear things or things that you want to change on campus.
I agree with that. Even if like there's something you don't completely understand, you shouldn't shy away from it. You should be trying to get more knowledge. Like just ask, hey, what's that about?
Yeah, I agree.
And what inspires your writing or sparks your creativity?
Really just like, as humans, we have so many emotions, and we have like a lot of negative patterns of getting these things out. Like a lot of people who struggle with anger, they have bad habits of expressing that anger. So I think writing is a very nice way of expressing it, like a little bit more organized, and a healthy way, instead of punching a hole in a wall or like screaming at people.
True. I feel like human emotions are, people aren't really like stable. I wouldn't say stable. I feel like sometimes just life hurls things at you, and they don't have an outlet to like unleash it.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of humans, like, we just we feel what we feel, and we like think that everyone has to deal with it. But I think there's a lot of ways to organize it so everyone can understand where you're coming from, because we tend to get very angry that people don't understand us, but you're not even putting in the effort to make sure that you translate your emotions to everyone.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
Of course, thank you so much.
All right, here we go. We're in a different location on the campus now. We're outside, where are we? 50 Rudin Street. These are apartments for the university. The media hub's over there. And we're just going to do some more interviews. So what's your name, year, major, and position on the team?
So my name is Elisa Broche. I'm a senior. This is my last semester. And in Horseshoe Magazine, I'm the executive editor.
What made you decide to take on that responsibility?
Well, it was offered to me by Susan Campbell, our advisor. Amazing. I love her for life. And my... who was my editor, Faith. I love you, Faith, wherever you are. I hope you're slaying. But they offered it to me, and I took it because I just thought it was such a great platform, and we could just bring it back and like make it look awesome, like it was.
What are some of your favorite moments being the editor-in-chief?
Some of my favorite moments were honestly just like seeing our editors bond together and like create a solid team has been probably one of the most beautiful things that I've seen, like coming up with a team together and like really like building up and like creating almost like this friendship and this nice collaboration space has truly been one of my favorite parts. Then I would say like, well, because I love photography, seeing people take photos for different columns and like for a photojournalism column has been one of my favorite things, and it's just awesome.
Are there any moments where, I wouldn't say regret, but like any moments of hardship where it's like, yeah, this is difficult, I'm not sure about this, and how do you like lift yourself back up and remind yourself that you love doing this?
Well, my experience in Horseshoe started actually very tough because when I took over Horseshoe, we had lost our other website with all of our past articles from like 2021, 2022. So I was basically given an empty platform, and I was like, okay, what do I do with this now? And it was collecting people to really write. We set up our own independent social media, and like we launched new logo, and like, so I would say like really like building up to a level where someone else would be able to take it over was probably the hardest part. Yeah.
What sort of words do you have for your, let's move down in more in the frame. What words do you have of encouragement for your next editor-in-chief?
Well, some words of encouragement. I picked Gabriella with our past managing editor, Hayden. Hayden graduated in 2025. And really just, like, she's got this. She is such a fantastic, fabulous, amazing writer. She gets to understand feelings to a higher level that I can't even comprehend getting to. And just, she has a way to really put her feelings out and like write them down, transcribe them into words that is absolutely majestic. So I don't doubt that she will do great. I don't have to give her encouragement because she will do great anyway. But I am just incredibly proud of her, incredibly proud of how fast she's caught up to everything, and I just know she's going to do great.
What do you have to say for people who might want to write, and why should they join Horseshoe Magazine, and how can they join?
Okay, so...
And who can join?
Okay, anyone can join Horseshoe Magazine. Anyone can write for Horseshoe Magazine. And if you're like, oh, I don't like writing, no excuse, because you can publish your photos on Horseshoe Magazine. So it is just a collaborative, creative space for students in the University of New Haven to really get to write their creative, their long-form journalism pieces, and to just get to share their own life experiences, their poetry, their photos, their personal essays. So anyone can write for Horseshoe. And if you want to write for Horseshoe, you can drop an email at horseshoemag@newhaven.edu, and I'll be responding.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on Chatting with Chargers.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. What's your name, year, major, and what's your position on the Horseshoe Magazine team?
My name is Azam Hostetler. I'm a junior. My major is multi-platform journalism, and my position is the photojournalism editor of the Horseshoe Magazine.
What made you decide to join Horseshoe Magazine, and what's it been like?
So when I switched to journalism end of last semester, I know I'm kind of transitioning from like writing like narrative fiction and like personal poetry after a hiatus of not writing actual journalism for like 2 years. So I kind of went from that to now writing like true stories in terms of like getting quotes and kind of journalism stuff. So I changed from that to, I think Horseshoe is kind of like the perfect like in the middle thing, because I still got to write like a literary fiction and like personal essays and stuff like that while writing in a more like writing in a thing that can be published. So I submitted 2 things last semester, and we were just talking about it a lot, and I knew the people, and I joined. I'm new on the board this year.
What are your favorite things to write for the Horseshoe Magazine?
Well, I previously write a lot of like just things I'm interested for, like YouTube scripts, whether it be like song analyses or like Bob Dylan videos. You know, got a YouTube channel somewhere out there.
What is it?
What is it? No.
Plug it.
Why?
Plug it.
I'm not sure that's a good idea, Thomas.
Plug it.
Chicken Man 88831. Got some goofy videos out there. I didn't mean to mention that, but I'm just saying that's like the basis for like me writing, because I would literally get a topic that I'm so interested, and then I would just like write about it and then just throw it on there. But in terms of like Horseshoe Magazine, I can still write like personal essays and things that I'm interested in. But instead of reading them aloud, I'll like publish them to the web. And I think it's a great outlet for personal creativity, because I love writing, and I love writing things I'm interested about.
What words of encouragement do you have for anybody who wants to write photojournalism, and why should people write photojournalism for you?
So in terms of photojournalism, a lot of it is the picture and just describing the picture and what the story that it brings and what it means to you. So even if it's just like an iPhone picture or an Android, we don't discriminate. But just like pictures just tell a lot of stories of where we were, and like they capture a moment really. So in terms of telling stories from pictures, I think it's really a beautiful way. You can do galleries, or you can just submit like 1 or 2 pictures and then write like a blurb about it and submit it to us. And the more creative you are, the better. But if it's not, it's okay. Just like, you know, just trying your best and like unleashing like whatever creative energy that you have in you at the moment to try to just like tell a story and get something that will entertain audiences.
If people want to write for you, how can they get in contact with you to write some photojournalism?
So you can email Horseshoe Magazine, the group, but that's more of just like a group email. I'm the photojournalism editor, so my email is ahost1. So that's just my personal email. I guess we didn't have it in the budget for like actual emails. Hi, car.
This car better stop.
Yeah, but you can email me or any one of the Horseshoe Magazine editors, and we will add you to the email list, so that when we send our weekly emails, you'll be able to see like the not qualifications, but like rules for submission, especially for images. So I would add you to the email list, and then when I send something, you would get the email.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I think next semester we should petition for our own Horseshoe Magazine emails.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
I like the background.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. What's your name, year, major, and position on the Horseshoe Magazine team?
So, hey, what's up? I'm Patch Bowen. I'm a senior in multi-platform communications and journalism with a minor in illustration, and I'm the investigative column editor of the Horseshoe Magazine.
What does it mean to be the investigative column editor?
It means asking really difficult questions of people that don't want to give you the difficult answers. It means asking of fellow journalists and asking of your peers to be critical of the administration, to be critical of themselves. And it means to pursue honest, truthful reporting for the student body to benefit.
What got you started in writing investigative journalism for Horseshoe Magazine?
In January of this year, I got swept up writing an article about DEI being restricted in the Myatt Center and nationally, and Elisa and Hayden swooped me up into the Horseshoe Magazine to publish it because it couldn't go in the CBN. And I just immediately wanted to start writing for the rest of the year. I don't know. I want to do this until I graduate. I love working for the
When do you graduate?
2026.
All right, so you got time. Why should people write investigative journalism for you?
I think it's not for me. It's for themselves.
Well, yeah, but like for you as the editor.
Yeah, okay.
Why should people come as opposed to some other generic magazine? Why this magazine?
I think the Horseshoe Magazine is a platform that allows me and allows us as writers to delve into the topics that otherwise we would be censored for, that we would be restricted and over-edited for. And I think that without creative long-form platforms like the magazine, I wouldn't have been able to write my first piece, and I wouldn't be as passionate about journalism. And I want to inspire that type of action in other people the same way that they inspired me.
And for my final question, what are some of your favorite pieces that you've seen written for the Horseshoe Magazine, your column, or pieces that you've written, and why?
Oh my gosh. I did this 2-part interview with Melanie Walsh in the psychology department, and then I interviewed another Mel at APNH in downtown, which is a HIV testing clinic, and it was talking about gender-affirming care and the changes with Hartford Healthcare and how they would affect our campus here. And then my favorite piece that isn't mine, being a narcissist, my favorite piece is probably Michael Crowley's. Michael Crowley did this thing about, it was a really personal piece on his couch, thinking about what gravity was like on other planets and the stars and things. I don't know. I just
That seems deep.
It was really cool. It was interesting because I don't get to talk to the other writers in that personal way. But that's why I like writing, is we get to learn about each other and our passions and interests through the platform.
Right, it allows people to share things that they wouldn't normally be comfortable sharing with words.
Like type shit.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yes, you're welcome. What is your name, year, major, and position on the Horseshoe Magazine team?
I'm Abby. I am a 2027. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
You want to try again?
Yeah, hold on. Name, year, and major? Yeah.
Name your major and what position do you do on this magazine sports team that we have?
I'm Abby. I'll be graduating in 2027. I'm an English major, and I am the interpretative editor.
What does it mean to be an interpretative editor for those who don't know, or just interpretative in general?
So interpretative is basically the more creative form of journalism. You basically do a lot of self-reflection based on things like pop culture, your own experiences, things like that.
And what got you into writing interpretative for the Horseshoe Magazine?
One of my favorite professors, Dr. Russo, actually recommended me apply for that, and I did a few years ago, and I've just stuck with it ever since.
And what are some of your favorite pieces that you've seen written for you, or that you've written?
One of my favorite that I've seen has to be a character analysis of their favorite character, Loki, from Marvel, and about how the analysis of it and how much he appreciates the different types of villains and anti-heroes. So.
And why should people write for interpretative for you?
It's a great way to practice writing. You can write anything that you want and reflect about what you love. You can even write about silly things, like I said, a favorite character, a character analysis, a trip, a vacation. I've seen almost everything, and it's a great way to just practice how you write.
Well, thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. What's your name, year, major, and position on the team?
Hi, I'm Gabby Pinto. I'm a senior and my major is communications with a concentration in multi-platform journalism and media, and I'm the managing editor of Horseshoe Magazine.
What does it mean to be the managing editor of the Horseshoe Magazine?
Well, I am usually the one who's pestering people in Slack and sending messages reminding people about deadlines and stuff. And also, since I don't have to write for any specific column, I can write whatever I want.
What's your favorite column to write for and why?
Probably personal essays, because I feel like it's a lot simpler to write from my own personal experiences.
And what column would you most recommend people to write for, people who are scared about what to write?
I would say probably personal essay or interpretive, because both of those can be very easy if you just pull from your own experiences.
And what would you have to say for why people should write for us? And what column do you think people should write for, besides all of them?
Well, I think that you should write for Horseshoe Magazine because you should be able to have a place where you can creatively express yourself.
And for the people who do write for us now, what kind of words do you have to say to them?
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Anything you want to make suggestions for on this platform here for your writers?
I mean, I think we're doing pretty good, but I would also say, maybe getting things in a little bit earlier would be beneficial, but...
That'll help my job.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. What's your name, year, major, and what's your position on the team?
Hi, my name is Sweden Patterson. I'm a sophomore. I'm a communications major with a concentration in journalism, and I write a column for the Horseshoe Magazine.
What is your column for the Horseshoe Magazine, and why did you pick that for your column?
My column is the Almost College Dropout, and I picked it because it reflects my life. I was an almost college dropout, and so my article basically kind of just goes along with the process, what I'm going through, what I've learned, and just kind of seeing what will happen next.
What does it mean to you to be able to share these experiences with others who may be going through a similar time in their life?
It really means a lot to me because when I was going through it at first, I felt like there was nobody really who was going through the same thing as me. I felt kind of lost and alone in the process. And so I hope that this column will allow others to find some hope, find some light, and be encouraged in difficult processes.
Why should people come and write for that column as well?
Hey, if you want to write for the column, that'd be awesome. Share your experiences, share your knowledge. I think it'll be great to not just get my perspective, but also a great variety of perspectives as well. So it'd be awesome if you could.
Thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers. What's your name, year, major, and what's your position on the Horseshoe Magazine team?
Jess, do you want me to take the mic?
Take the mic from me, yes.
Oh, okay. My name is Michael Crowley. I'm a sophomore at the University of New Haven. Roll Chargers. Huh?
Why roll?
It's a term of saying, you know. My position in the Horseshoe Magazine is I'm a columnist. I write for the 2 a.m. Perspective. It's a position or a column that I took over from an alumni who graduated last semester. I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Hayden Leach was her name. She was a mentor to me, and I took it over after she left.
What does it mean to you to take over this column? And what types of things do you write about?
So I'll give a little simple explanation of like what it is I write about. So like, you know those like thoughts you have at night when it's like 2 a.m.? Those are the thoughts that I'll write about. So if you're up late at night and you're thinking like, what if we're not the only ones in the universe? Are we? Yeah, exactly. Or like you can think like something about like history. Like the first one I wrote was, what if the Library of Alexandria never burned down? So stuff like that, where it's just like thought-provoking stuff, and I really go in depth on it, and then I connect to it. The most recent piece I wrote, it was about the Goldilocks zone, which if you don't know is like it's where other planets are habitable for humans to live on or other species, and I connected it towards life in general, like the Goldilocks zone in life, like your future partner.
Why should people write for the 2 a.m. Perspective, and what advice would you give to them when they write for it?
They shouldn't. It's my column. I'm just joking. You can write for it. I think the appeal to the 2 a.m. Perspective is it's so open-ended. You could write about legit anything. You could do like a movie review. You could revisit something. It just has to be really detailed and thought-provoking. Not to the point where it's like you're stressing yourself out over it, but you have to like you really like make yourself think. So like if you do a show review, like one of my favorite shows of all time is Lost, and I plan on writing about it. If you do a show review like Lost, then you go in depth. Like you talk about your favorite characters, your favorite episodes, and what it actually means to you. You don't just say like, oh, I like this show, blah, blah, blah. You'd be like, this show resonates with me. Like it really like helped me through this time, or like it really just brings me back to a memory like this or something like that. It's just like all that.
Well, thank you for joining us on Chatting with Chargers.
We're not in frame, Thomas.
We're not in frame.
Yeah, you move that way.
What about this thing?
You're too short.
There's this. You're too tall.
That's cute. Honestly, I kind of like this angle.
All right, he's taking over my job now.
Tell me when we're all good.
Introduce yourself.
No, I'm waiting for Lisa. You gotta do like an action thing.
All right,
Jesus.
you're good. Action.
Action, introduce yourself.
My name's Azam Hosteller. Today I'm filling in for Thomas. Name, year, and major.
Oh, I'm Thomas Maynard. I'm the class of 2028, and I'm a film production major. There's so many cameras.
So what is your role in Horseshoe Magazine?
Me, I do website stuff. So if you send your articles, I'm gonna put that up there and get you posted.
Do you have experience into sort of avenue of like creating websites or graphic design?
Kind of, maybe, a little bit.
So how did you come across this opportunity?
Elisa told me, hey, we need someone to do the website, and here I am.
Do you think that you made the website better, or what improvements are you looking to make the website look better?
I haven't made many improvements yet, but making it more user-friendly for everybody, anyone and everybody on the magazine that wants to read it.
Do you have like a plan for like increasing like the search engine optimization, like kind of get the website out there so more people will see it, and maybe your design will add to that?
We're just going in with no plan. We're just gonna go in and figure it out as time goes on.
Okay, so it's kind of just like you're winging it, you got this position, you're just kind of...
Well, I don't even know what search engine optimization is, so...
We talked about this last week, Thomas. Anyways, is there anything else you'd like to add in terms of talking about Horseshoe Magazine and why people should read it?
They should read it, they should follow it, and follow Chatting with Chargers.
What's Chatting with Chargers? I never heard of that.
Yeah, you're on the show. You've been interviewed twice.
You're supposed to plug yourself.
Follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, at Chatting with Chargers. We'll see you there. Thank you for joining us on episode 9 of Chatting with Chargers. I'm your host, Thomas Maynard, with my co-host,
Mariyaan, Narang. Martin Egan.
And the guest host,
Joseph Durazzo.
And Relkin.
Someone who's just here.
I'm Frank.
And how do we feel about today's episode?
Felt good about it. I mean, I think people get to learn more about Horseshoe Magazine than they had known before, considering that they don't really have as much of a broad audience, but now maybe they will have a little more of one.
And for you, Mr. Joseph Durazzo?
Yeah, I'm hoping this publicizes the Horseshoe Magazine more and gets more people interested in it.
Well, I had a good time here, good vibes, and it was a pleasure interviewing him.
Repeat the question.
How do you feel
Good.
about this episode?
It was good.
Yeah, you just do camera stuff. Not a wind. What happened with the wind?
You broke your camera?
We didn't break it.
Oh, there's a crack on it.
It was like an earthquake.
We didn't have an earthquake. I didn't feel it.
Great. Okay. Totally.
We had 2 of them today.
Huh?
The one at 2 a.m. and the one at 3 a.m.
We really this is real.
What?
Are we joking? Are we talking?
Where we going with this?
Are we joking? What are we talking?
Nah, we're not.
And there was no earthquake. It was just the wind knocking over the stuff.
Well, we'll see you next time. Follow us on Instagram at Chatting with Chargers. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Chatting with Chargers, and we'll see you next week, everybody. Woo! That's good. Let's back up, everybody.